thumbnail design for this video was 100% AI generated, and it got almost 200,000 impressions at a 16% click-through rate. Same thing over here. You can see I'm Iron Man, almost 100,000 impressions at an 11% click-through rate. We got this one here, 15,000 impressions at a 13% click-through rate. We got this one. I actually thought this one was sick. Almost 50,000 impressions at a 17% click-through rate. And then this one where I'm Dracula, 25,000 impressions, again at a 17% click-through rate. Now, do I say all of this stuff to brag? Shit, I mean, maybe a little. No, the reason why I'm telling you guys is because if you want to know exactly how to get results like this, then in this video, I'm going to show you the exact 4-step workflow that I use, so that by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to generate thumbnails like these. And I'm not going to lie, step 4 is something I don't see many people talking about, which you guys are going to see is a little bit ironic because it's probably the most important step. But let's get into step number 1 now. For this whole video, we're going to be comparing back and forth between 2 image generators. Obviously, it's going to be GPT Image 2 and the Nano Banana Pro. This is probably going to continue for all the next generation of image generators as well. There's going to be a couple that do the best job, so you want to kind of have a platform where you compare them both. For that, I'm using Loomflow AI. You guys can use whatever you want to, but that's what we're going to be using throughout this video. As always, guys, I will leave a link to the platform in the description and a pinned comment, but after you've logged in and you're at this website, it's time to start with step number 1, which is going to be creating a character reference sheet. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, click on home in the top left, and then it'll open up this interface on the left where you can click on image generate, and this is pretty much where we're going to be living for comparing all of our generations between GPT Image 2 and Nano Banana Pro, which are the 2 image models we're going to be using. Once we're at this interface, we want to upload reference images of either ourselves or whoever's appearing in the thumbnails that you're designing consistently. Right, so as you can see, I've uploaded these couple of images of myself, and the reason why we're doing this, you guys are going to see, is because we can create a character reference sheet that essentially has our face or whatever character you're using from every single angle, so everything remains consistent throughout every thumbnail that you make in the future. You're only going to have to generate this one time, by the way, and you can use it forever on for however many times that you create thumbnails. Now, after that, we've got our reference images uploaded. We have to put in our prompt right here. If you guys want this exact prompt template, you can DM me on Instagram. Make sure you're following and I will send it to you immediately. Otherwise, you can just copy it right here. But it's essentially going to be a realistic raw studio photograph. The background is going to be pure white. You can see it says retain all the facial structure, facial features, bone structure, all that type of stuff. Now, don't copy me here. I'm just using a ninja outfit for my one to show you guys an example, but you can change it to whatever you want to use. And yeah, you can see different profile views. So you got left profile, right profile, but you guys are going to see what that looks like after we finish generating right here. After that, you want to scroll down, click on your aspect ratio, which is going to be 16:9 every single time. After that, we've got resolution. We set that to 4K and we set quality to high. Again, this is another benefit of using this platform, because if you sign into ChatGPT, you'll notice you can't actually select 4K and you can't select high quality because it's only available through the API. So over here, we can select those 2 options, and then I'm just going to, we'll put it at 1 for now, and we'll just click create. Then after that, usually what I'll do is I'll create with GPT Image 2, and then I'll immediately switch it to Nano Banana Pro. It's a little bit weird here because you have to select Nano Banana, and then after you've selected that, you select Nano Banana Pro. The good thing is that it retains all the previous info that you used in the previous generation, although you still do have to put in the aspect ratio here. So we're going to select 16:9 again, and then the highest resolution, 4K. You do get a discount on Nano Banana Pro if you do multiple generations for whatever reason, but we're just going to do 1 again, and then we'll wait till we get the results back. But actually, while we're waiting for those results to finish, we can actually continue on to step 2, which is going to be gathering all the assets that we need to use as references when we're actually generating the thumbnail. So for most of you guys, you're pretty much always going to want to use a thumbnail as inspiration that you see. You might just come across it, randomly on YouTube and be like, that's a sick thumbnail. I want to use that as a base for the thumbnail that I generate. So for this example, we're going to be using this one right here where I'm Dracula. I don't know why, but I just think it's sick. It looks sick. There's good separation between the foreground elements, the background elements. I just think it's sick. So what you would do here is you would click on whatever video where you see that thumbnail, shut your mouth, bruv, and then you're going to copy and paste this URL right here. You're going to go to any YouTube thumbnail designer. There's 500 million out there. So I've just got this one open right here. Oh, we've got an ad. I'm just going to paste this in right here, and then we can click on download. After you've downloaded that, then you can continue with gathering whatever other assets that you need. Obviously, I don't know what assets you guys are going to need. It might be like a logo. In this one, for example, we might need Sora 2 logo. Just anything you might need as reference images. Now for this thumbnail that we're actually creating today, we're going to need one more asset. Because the whole video is based on thumbnail design, what we're going to do is we're going to look up who other than Mr. Beast himself, okay, because we're going to incorporate this into the thumbnail that we create. So we're going to click on his channel, going to go to videos, and let's just sort it by popular and grab, I guess, his best performing thumbnail. Holy bro, he just blew off my ear. I'm glad you guys can't hear that because my ears just got destroyed. Anyway, we're going to copy the link again, and we're just going to paste it in here. And then we click download again. And with that, we've literally completed step 2. We have every single asset that we need. And now we can go back and see if our character reference sheets are done generating. All right, boys. So look, the character reference sheets are done generating here. And this is exactly why I say that you should generate across multiple models. And honestly, ideally, you should generate in batches of 4. Because look, this is the GP2 image 2 result. I'll open this in a new tab so I can show it in full screen, but that's actually not too bad. I know I put the ninja costume as a troll, but like that looks pretty good as a character reference sheet. However, if we go back, we scroll up to the Nano Banana generation, for whatever reason, bruv, this thing decided to turn me into an anime character. I look pretty sick if I do say so myself, but I guess it just completely ignored me saying ultra realistic. And again, that's why I say to generate across multiple different models and multiple batches. And by the way, if you guys are tripping out over the watermark in the top left here, how it says Loomflow AI, you can always just hover over the download button and click download without watermark, so you don't have to worry about that. But with all that being said, we have now successfully completed step 1, which is generating our character reference sheet, and we've done step 2, which is getting all the extra assets that we need, the reference thumbnail, and in our case, another thumbnail as well, but it might be a logo or anything else that you guys might need. So now it's time to move on to step 3, which is the fun part. It's going to be putting everything together. So we're going to go back to the image section. As you can see, I've already uploaded my character reference sheet, my reference thumbnail, and whatever extra assets that I need. By the way, this character reference sheet I have here, I already prepared before this video, because I wanted to do a lot of generations and make sure I had it perfect. Then for the prompt, this is what we're going to do for our thumbnail. So let me walk through this and then I'll show you guys exactly what it generates. So we've got look at the reference thumbnail in image 2. Obviously that's referring to this one right here. Replace the man with the guy, replace the man with the man from image 1, obviously the character reference sheet. Change the banner to say $100 thumbnail. Change his costume to be an artist, because I guess thumbnail artist, thumbnail designer, whatever. Make it so he's holding a laptop to the screen, facing the camera, and entirely filled with the thumbnail shown in image 3. So essentially, the Mr. Beast thumbnail is going to be displayed on a laptop and shown towards the camera. The background should be a regular YouTuber bedroom. So this is literally as simple as you need the prompt to be, guys, okay? You don't need any JSON prompting. You don't need some crazy markdown file, bro. Just prompt like a real human, and I guarantee you the results will be fine as long as the reference images are good enough. So after that, we're going to do 16:9, same as always, 4K, high resolution, and then pretty much I'll always do a batch of 4 when I'm generating different thumbnail designs. Then we click generate and let's see what we get. And look, I don't know why I'm putting this in here, okay, but I ran a test generation beforehand and this thing was on some zesty ting, bro, because I messed up the thumbnail on the screen. That's one thing, but yo, I don't know what it has going on with me, the paint on my face and everything. Let me get that off the screen, okay? But then this is the first batch of proper results, okay? And as you can see, this is already a decent amount of way there to the final thumbnail. So let's look through this. We got this one. I mean, it's decent, not bad. It's a little bit weird with the pose, and my face doesn't really match the skin color of the rest of me. This one probably, I mean, the thumbnail on the screen is messed up, so it's out. This one, pretty good, but I don't know what I'm doing with my neck, bro. Like, why is my neck pushed in like that? And then we got this one's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It nailed everything. It's got the Mr. Beast thumbnail on the screen. The only thing that I would say is my face is a little bit far from the camera. But now that's technically step 3 done there, which is creating the thumbnail. Now we're actually moving into step 4, which I said is the most important step. And that's going to be iterating on whatever prompt and whatever version that you create, so that you can tweak little things here and there to make sure that you're getting the best possible result. Now, like I said, in this one, I'm a little bit far from the camera. To be honest, I prefer if the laptop screen was a little bit closer as well. Now, spoiler alert, because iteration takes a little bit of time, I've already gone through and done a couple of iterations. I'm going to walk you guys through exactly what I was doing here. So for the first prompt, we actually had this line here referring to how the artist is holding a laptop and everything. We had that above this line. Now, I don't know what the reason is, but whenever I include like a complex sentence, I always prefer to put that as the last line to make sure it's not almost polluting the rest of the prompt. And so that was my first iteration. I switched up the order of instructions, I guess, and I changed this line a little bit to basically make it say, I guess, make sure the laptop is correctly positioned, so the screen's showing, all that type of stuff. Then I click generate, and these were the results right here. So this is the first set of results right here, and for this one I actually did 2 batches of 4 for GPT image 2, and then also 2 batches of 4 for Nano Banana Pro, which I'll show you guys in a second here. But as you can see, I think it actually made a difference. This looks a little bit cleaner, although the banner for this one is like a little bit slanted and weird. This one looks insane, but I don't like the, what I'm wearing. It just looks weird. But I mean, the way I'm holding the camera and everything, like that looks sick. We got this one right here, messed up the thumbnail on the laptop. Obviously, that one's out. This one was pretty good, but I mean, a little bit SD. I don't know, bro. Not bad overall, though. I definitely think it's an improvement from the first batch of generations. Then we got this one right here. This one, I would say probably one of my favorites. We got this one, a little bit kind of, you can tell it's AI, which I don't like too much. This one doesn't really make any sense. Like I'm not sitting on the bed or something. I don't know what's going on, bro. This one, I don't really like it too much. This one's, alright, that's the first one. I was going to say this one's pretty good. Okay, so not too bad overall. I don't think I've really hit one that I'm 100% satisfied with yet. Now let's move on to the Nano Banana Pro generations. And again, guys, this is why I say you got to generate across different models, because at the start of the video when I showed you guys all these different examples, believe it or not, this is Nano Banana Pro. This is Nano Banana Pro. I think this was GPT. This was GPT. This one's Nano Banana Pro. So a lot of them were generated using Nano Banana Pro, but for whatever reason, this prompt right here, like this is clearly worse than the GPT generations. What's going on, bro? Like, did it make me the masked man in the Squid Games? And then some random guy? This one, okay, at least it followed a little bit. Okay, let's go to the second batch. It's replacing me with Mr. Beast in both ones for whatever reason. This one, it's keeping me as the Dracula, bro. And then this one has just completely changed me into somebody else, bro. So as you can see, Nano Banana Pro is clearly struggling with this a little bit more. So now it's time to iterate yet again. Now, we got our best generations from these GPT image ones right here. But again, I'd still prefer it if the laptop was still a little bit closer and maybe the eye contact was a little bit more obvious. What we're going to do here is we're going to keep the prompt exactly the same, but we're going to add this line that says the man and the laptop screen should occupy the vast majority of the foreground. And that way, hopefully we nail 2 birds with 1 stone, make the laptop closer and also make myself appear to be closer. Right, so this time let's switch it up and show the Nano Banana Pro results before the GPT image 2 results, okay? Again, it's struggling to keep me, switch me from being a Dracula to a regular person. This one's not bad, okay? That's probably one of the best, but it got rid of the glow on the banner, which I really like doing the glow for whatever reason. Not bad again. It's not insane. Like, they're okay. Like, it's an improvement from the first ones, obviously, but... And then it's struggling here again. We got a random guy. I don't know what's going on with the masked man there. Again, bruv, it's making me zesty. I don't know why it's doing that, bruv. It's because I'm saying that I'm like an artist and there's paint and there's rainbow stuff. I don't know, bruv. But and then 2 ones just didn't generate right there. Now let's move on to GPT image 2. This one wouldn't have been bad if it got the thumbnail correct. That's honestly not bad. This one's pretty decent. I like the way that it's almost like getting closer towards the camera. There's a little bit of depth there, although my head's tilted in a weird way. This one, proportions are off for me. I think that's immediately off. This one, thumbnail is wrong. Okay, still off right there. Let's go to the second batch. Second batch thumbnail is wrong. This one's decent, but it doesn't, I don't know, there's something about me. It's a little uncanny valley type of deal. This one would have been decent, but the thumbnail is off. This one's just funny. Okay, we're going to make one more change. And the change that we're making here to kind of tie everything together is we're going to add another line. We're going to keep everything else the exact same. And by the way, this is how you guys should be iterating, okay? You should be making slight changes, test one thing, rather than trying to change everything all at once. You want to slowly, progressively increase the quality of the result. So we're going to add this line right here. There should be a curved dash arrow in the exact same style as the banner, which means like the glowing yellowish green type style, which starts at the banner and points towards the laptop screen. Right, so this time we'll start with GPT image 2. Let's see what we got here. Hey, that's not bad. It's not bad. You can see the little arrow right there. The Mr. Beast thumbnail looks good. Wait, was my hand a little bit off there? No, I think it's mostly okay. This one's pretty good. Dude, I was going to say it's pretty good, but, but look who it is in the Mr. Beast thumbnail, bruv. This one completely messed up the thumbnail. Okay, that's good. That's actually really good. You guys might be watching this while that was the thumbnail for this video. The only thing that I might change about that is I would probably center myself a little bit more, because it almost looks like there's a little bit of space on the right hand side, but that's a really good generation there. Let's go to the second batch right here. See, now we're getting good stuff. I'm telling you, this might be my favorite one. And I like it as well because it's got the glowing effect from the banner is going onto my face right here. So it's actually like interacting with the elements. You've got the shadow of the arrow. You've got the Mr. Beast thumbnail that showed up literally perfectly. That might be my favorite. Got this one decent, but definitely not. Okay, see, they're getting insane. I'm telling you, that looks really good. That one, okay. Got a bit ahead of myself there. That one was completely off. So we definitely got some thumbnail worthy generations in that one. Let's move on to the Nano Banana Pro. See, I don't know what it is about this pump up. What's going on there? What's going on here? What's going on there? Nothing. Just nothing from that. Let's move on to this one, Mr. Beast again. Yeah, it just wants to get rid of me, bro. It just wants to purge me from the thumbnail. So Nano Banana Pro is completely off in this context. But again, guys, I would always recommend comparing them against each other because, like I said, majority of these that I showed you guys at the start were Nano Banana Pro generated. Now, before I show you guys my 3 finalists here, which I'm probably going to put in a split test as thumbnails for this video that you're watching. Again, guys, if you have any issues, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. I'll send you whatever prompt. I'll help you with whatever question that you have. And also, I'll leave a link to this platform that I'm using so you guys can copy literally exactly what I did. But now let's see. This one I thought was really good. This one probably my favorite out of all of them, I'd say. And then we got this one right here. That's probably what I'm going to end up split testing, guys. So that's the exact 4-step workflow I use to generate my thumbnails using AI.